Greetings, one and all. Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Mind Power. You can call me MP, and the title of this video is A Narcissist Magic Trick. I'll dive right in. Guys, psychology can never be a true science, okay? And the reason is psychology does not have, in order to have a true science, you need a fixed sample, right? Meaning whatever you're studying, you need to have samples. That data needs to be set, right? In order to study it. The sample for psychology is the human mind, and the human mind is unstable. It's always changing. So you can never have a true analysis of your sample set because the human mind is constantly changing. That's one. Number two is the sample itself, in this case, is the narcissist. And the narcissist, by way of their psychology, is prone to manipulation, lies, and deceit. And they will never, ever tell a poor psychologist the truth, right? And the third reason is just based on how psychological research is conducted, psychologists need funding in order to study their data. And with that study, they have a limited time to study the sample set that they're working on. Meaning, if I'm doing research, I get funding, I have a deadline, and I'm dealing with a narcissist, and the narcissist is already not telling me the truth, I'm going to have to put out the best I can do, is what psychologists publish, right? It's the best outcome they can achieve when dealing with a narcissistic psychopath, all right? So having said that, there's a reason you're joining this channel, and the reason you're joining this channel is because the content here is completely different. It's content you're not going to find anywhere else. And the reason you won't find it anywhere else is because it doesn't exist anywhere else. And the reason it doesn't exist anywhere else is because I know something and I figured something out that they haven't. And the reason I have is because I have an extremely strong analytical mind. I've dealt with many narcissists in my life, in business, my personal life, my intimate life, and in my family life, right? I've had to recreate myself, my life several times because it was destroyed by a narcissist. And so therefore, guys, when I'm giving you guys this information, understand that, you know, I've put in a lot of time and research, my own research into narcissism and psychopathy. And that's why I can deliver this content through the lens of experience and not just through an academic lens as well. Having said that, I've also been extremely analytical in my life. When I graduated from college, I was offered several jobs in the government. These are intelligence jobs. And for whatever reason, I went through the interview process twice for two different agencies. And I had to do a lot of psychological and analytical tests to get the job. And I passed both of those in two different organizations. I decided not to take the job for whatever the reason is. I don't know if it was good or bad at the time, but at the time I decided I wasn't going to go in that direction. I went in business as opposed to in government. And so, guys, I've always been prone to being very analytical. So when the narcissist messed with me, I was hell-bent on figuring out what the hell was going on in order to move forward with my own life. I couldn't let it go. It's why the narcissist likes me and why the narcissist hates me, because they can't destroy me. I keep coming back. Anyways, guys, so I'm going to dive in. What's a narcissist magic trick? You guys need to be aware of this, and I want you guys to treat this as a crime. Every narcissist you meet is a secondary psychopath. Whether narcissist is, and I'm saying any malignant narcissist, including a covert narcissist, is a secondary psychopath. Most narcissists you'll meet have a comorbid disorder. That means they're a narcissist and a psychopath, or a narcissist and a borderline narcissist antisocial. It depends. When I say secondary psychopath, I mean their predominant state of being is as a narcissist. if provoked, if dysregulated, meaning if threatened with narcissistic injury, or you threaten you're going to reveal publicly who they are as a psychopath, they will switch over to a primary state of being a psychopath. A primary psychopath is who you're familiar with the term psychopath. These are Ted Bundy's, for example. Full on, their permanent state is that of a psychopath. There's some psychopaths that are both psychopathic and narcissistic, and a perfect example of this person would be a gentleman in Washington State called Gary Ridgway. He's also referred to as the Green River Killer. You can look that guy up. He's a full-on psychopath, primary state psychopath, secondary state covert narcissist. Okay, so that's what I mean. Now, guys, when a psychopath like Gary Ridgway, the guy I just mentioned, goes out, the psychopath suffers from boredom, and the only way to the psychopath needs to be stimulated. They suffer from boredom, and the only way to feel alive is if they commit a crime. And they have many different crimes that they commit, but once they latch on to a crime, you'll see the psychopath is very methodical. They'll go to a certain area, they'll stalk their victims, women in this case, serial killers, women, and they will repeat the same crime over and over to a T, with each and every victim, right? Every psychopath. You could go back and watch the crimes they did. It's like clockwork. That's not dissimilar. It's the same thing with the narcissist in your life, right? The narcissist repeats the same crime they commit against you with all the previous victims they've had, and all the future. Once they're done with you, the next person they'll repeat the same sequence to with the next victim. The only reason psychopaths are being discovered today is because of their DNA that they leave behind as evidence in the crime scenes. The DNA for the narcissist in our life is the love bomb. The sequence is the DNA. If you go back to and this is why the narcissist will never tell you who their past girlfriends or intimate partners were prior to meeting you, is because it would reveal that they've committed the same crime previously and you would not be with them, right? And so they have to lie to you and say their partner was abusive, so that you don't investigate the partner. That's the magic trick, right? And in some cases, they just don't tell you anything about the partner. If you notice that, am I right or am I right? Right? So that's why they don't tell you about the partners, because they've committed the same crime previously. And this is the purpose of this video. I want you guys to understand that this is a crime. You understand? What they're doing with you is no different than what they have done, than what a psychopath does with their victims. It's the same crime that they repeat over and over again until they get caught. And it's the same, just a different crime from a different psychopath. This is their preferred crime. The Ted Bundys of the world have a preferred crime. And the person you're with, our psychopath, narcissist, this is their preferred crime. Do you understand? It's the same exact thing. They have a sequence, which is a love bomb, the future fake, the breadcrumb, before they abandon you, they have to devalue you, and then they abandon you, then they hoover you, and then they re-idealize you, right? You see that? It's no different than a psychopath who goes to a park, they look for a victim, they commit the same crime with each and every victim. If it's with a rope, if it's with a gun, if it's with a knife, it's the same crime they repeat over and over with each and every victim until they're discovered by their DNA. And so we have the DNA for the crime that's committed against us. We're just not putting it all together. And I think I've just put it all together for you in this video. And that's my video, guys. Thank you for joining me. Like and share, and follow me for more. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.